We actually met in dental school. So I was the first year, Zach was the second year, and we were friends for a year before we started dating. So our friends sort of ran around in the same circles, and yeah, we got to know each other that way.
Yeah, we never really had too much time early on to hang out, just the two of us and talk. And then once we got the opportunity, we just hit it off. She actually asked me out on, I guess, our first official date. We did a brunch date downtown.
So we went for an 11 a.m. reservation, and we had an amazing time. We still stayed at least an hour after we had finished our food. And we decided maybe we should go up to the 12th floor. They have an amazing bar up there, sort of continue the day. So we went to Azor, the bar on the 12th floor, and we were up there for a couple hours talking, having an amazing time. And from there, we thought it'd be fun to do an activity, so we walked across the street to Wild Eagle Saloon. Afterwards, we came back to Little Italy, where we both lived at the time, and we were just talking, still having an amazing time. And all of a sudden, Zach goes, "Oh, wow, we missed dinner." So for the first time for the entire day, I looked at a clock, and it was 10 p.m. So we had an 11-hour first date, which was amazing. So that definitely, yeah, stood out as a special day.
I knew that when I actually proposed that she would want it to be at a time where she had her hair done, she was dressed nice. So I figured, okay, if we go to a nice restaurant, that maybe she won't suspect it, but she'll still be dressed up. So I figured, okay, let's go to Luca. We ended up getting there a little bit early. I said, let's take a walk down by the water, and so
a little early?
Maybe like 40 minutes early. I guess I wasn't very subtle. And yeah, I proposed down by the water. I had my sister hiding behind a tree so that she could take photos for us, and I think it worked out pretty great. I got so nervous, and I just rambled on and on about nonsense, and I could see it in her eyes. She's like, "All right, I know what you're doing. Like, just get down on your knee."
We had a traditional Jewish wedding, so we did a Tish and Bedekin. So for the Bedekin, I was able to sit in front of these panoramic windows giving a view of the tent outside on an antique couch, which was amazing. So all the women lined up to give me a little bit of advice, all with little champagne toasts. And in the adjacent room, we could hear the guys going crazy. They had a king's table with little mini shot glasses, and they were all doing little l'chaims, yelling out advice to Zach. And we had a traditional klezmer band that was playing. And so after about 45 minutes or so, they paraded the gentlemen out of their party room around the country club so we could hear them. And then they paraded into our party, and there was a lot of crazy dancing and singing and clapping and cheering.
That was my first experience with a Tish and Bedekin, and it is an awesome tradition. I think most people look back on our wedding day
Remembering that
and thinking that was like one of the most fun things. It was just such a fun atmosphere. It was like the party was getting started even before we even had the ceremony. It was so much fun.
And the ceremony was amazing outside with Zach's uncle as the rabbi. It was really special. And we had our ketubah under there with us, under the chuppah. And the ceremony flew by. It felt like it was no time at all. It was so fast. And from there we went right into the cocktail hour and got to mingle with everybody because we'd already done our photos, and we were actually led into dinner by a bagpiper, and led us into the tent, and we did a 20-minute epic hora with the klezmer band and our reception band, the Blue Water Kings.
Everyone was drenched with sweat by the end of it.
It was incredible. It was the best hora I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it was ours.
Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun.
It was amazing. So, yeah, and just the evening flew by. It was the most magical, dreamy evening I could imagine. We were on the dance floor the entire time, and I just can't believe how fun and amazing it all was.
Yeah.
It was effortless. I would say the one piece of advice I think is one of the most cliche, but has been the most true, is never go to bed angry. And that's one thing that we have done, is never gone to bed angry. And I had at least 3 or 4 people tell me that piece of advice, and I think that was easily the most significant and important.